Hello
Hi,
there.
Adam.
How you doing, Rav?
I'm doing fine. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, it is 1:30 in the afternoon over here, and good
And
evening to you.
yeah, welcome to our eighth
Episode of
episode.
PinoyChap. Hello to
Pinoy.
everybody out there.
Hello to the whole world, from Filipinos everywhere, and to everyone. Welcome to PinoyChap. And yes, please like and subscribe in our YouTube page, and please share or if you join our discussion here at Facebook.
Feel feel free to leave a comment, and Rav will read them out.
Yeah.
So
We have
how's your week been? Oh, that was quick.
that was great. Hi, RJ.
Hello.
Yeah, he's my friend who's I'm playing with him within Call of Duty.
Right. Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I've
So
never
yeah,
played the Call of Duties. To be honest, I don't play that many video
video game.
games anymore.
Mm.
I'm more of the classic era, like classic Doom.
Oh yeah,
Very old school stuff. Yes,
yeah.
I have
Now
fond
it's
memories though.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, how are you? How was your week? I know.
Pretty good. Terrible weather at the minute. It's very grey skies, rain most of the time, but it's not too dark. You can still see me at least. I've got
Yeah,
decent
yeah.
sunlight, but my week's been pretty good. I've seen yet another Filipino film, this time on Netflix. It was
Mhm.
Saving Sally, which you've
Oh yeah,
mentioned once before in the
yeah, yeah,
past.
yeah,
I
yeah.
quite I quite enjoyed it. It was a nice, quirky rom-com sort of film, and
Yes.
I thought the two leads were really good as well. They had good on-screen chemistry. I
Mm.
felt. Have you seen it, Rav?
Yes, a little bit because I was jumping around with a lot of. I haven't finished it because I just started
No,
it because I've been. Sometimes
busy with work.
my son will
Ah,
get the remote, and so I haven't watched it the whole
all
week.
right. You
So
have to watch
yeah,
it when he goes to bed. But no,
yeah.
I'd recommend it. It was really good.
Yes,
Like I said,
yeah.
excuse me, the two leads were really good. I felt so.
Mm.
Makes a nice change because just before that, I'd also seen 50 Shades of Grey, which for me personally was the polar opposite. Though I
Mm.
felt the two leads in that had absolutely no chemistry whatsoever. So it was nice to then watch a movie where they did have chemistry. So
Okay.
it was a nice change, yes. But
Yeah.
so what have you been doing?
I've been doing a lot of things. I've been busy, and yeah, the film that I've been working on last December got nominated in Metro Manila Film Fest. That's
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. It's the biopic Suarez, the Healing Priest, the one that I was talking to you before about.
Hmm.
Uh,
Who
that,
he recently passed away, didn't he? I
yeah,
believe. Yeah.
the sad part is he saw the
Rough cut.
rough cut 85%, oh,
Hmm.
95% of the rough cut. Then 3 days before his
Before he
birthday, he
died.
died.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, that's
he
unfortunate.
was he was playing tennis. Then he suddenly collapsed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Sorry to hear
was.
that.
Yeah, we were very sad at that
Hmm.
time, and then the second part of we were the movie was going to be released last March, but then oh, you know what,
Yeah. A certain
uh, a
pandemic.
certain
Yes.
pandemic
Yeah.
happened and it got pushed back.
Hmm.
And the good part is, even though it was pushed back, it's now uh, nominated for
Hmm.
included in the official entry of our Metro Manila Film Festival.
Yeah.
So
Which is
yeah,
Christmas Day, isn't it? That's when they start the
yes,
festival, I believe. Yeah.
yes, that's Christmas Day, and it's like our Oscars here in the Philippines. It's
Hmm.
the same. It's the same. So
Same caliber.
yeah,
Yeah. That's pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's the
Good to hear
first
that.
time to be streamed virtually. So you need to access. You download the
Yeah.
app stream, and you pay a certain amount just to watch. It's like a cinema inside an app. So you need to
Right.
pay for
Kind of
that.
like Amazon. I think it's Amazon Prime. I can't
Yes.
something that Well, it's like basically no different than Netflix and all the other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, nice one.
So yeah,
But no, fingers crossed that it works out for it. And
yes, and they're targeting also the Filipinos everywhere in the everywhere in the world. We are saying here in PinoyChap, Filipinos are everywhere. So
as we knew last week with
Yes.
George in my home country.
yes, in UK, even in the US, there are a lot of Filipinos in the US.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the US, yes.
Yeah. Speaking of the US,
we need
Go ahead.
to bring in Alex Baez, who is a concept artist who's currently living in Idaho, but I knew him personally from when I was studying in San Francisco. He was not only at the same school, but he was actually my roommate in the student accommodation. It's he was the one I got on with because the other one was a bit of a jerk, but no, he was awesome. So
to all our viewers,
we'll bring him in.
Yes, Idaho is in part of it's in part of the West Coast, Middle West Coast, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's near
Oregon,
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Alex will clarify it for us.
Yes. And without further ado, let's welcome Alex. Hi, Alex.
How you doing, Alex? Long time no see.
Not bad. Adam, my last name is Baez, by the way. But
Baez.
It's the accent.
9 years, man.
In the British accent.
Can't get it right.
It's sorry about that. Oh well.
Yeah. Idaho is actually considered still part of the Pacific Northwest. It shares a border. It shares a border with both Oregon and Washington. So, yeah. Technically still part of the West Coast. It's just one of the states that's not losing its mind like the West Coast right now. So. Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to PinoyChap, Alex.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
I think it's a good morning for you in there right now.
Yeah. It's about 6:30. It's about 21 degrees. Winter is settling in really quick here. So
that's 21 degrees in Fahrenheit.
Sorry, forgive my American ignorance. But you can use that.
Yeah, we're doing a great start with my British accent messing up pronunciations. your American knowledge of temperatures. Oh, well.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, yeah, well, we use miles in Fahrenheit because the U.S. just has to do things their own way.
Yeah,
it's -6 in Celsius, so it's too cold for it's too cold. It's below 0 for Celsius.
Yeah. Most Filipino Americans, they stick to California because it stays pretty mild over there.
Yes.
Up here, it's brutal, man.
How was your Thanksgiving, by the way? Because obviously that was a couple of days ago.
It was great. Went over to a buddy's house. It's a different culture up here. Idaho is not afraid of the Rona, so it was a very normal holiday.
Nice one. Because I think I've only celebrated Thanksgiving once in 2011 when it was us at the student accommodation. You pretty much organized the whole thing, didn't it? It was like you were the pack leader, gathering everything together. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a super ghetto Thanksgiving because we were all broke college kids, but
that's so true.
It was a pretty good one.
I think all I bought was I forget, some kind of pie, like a
probably
pumpkin pie or something. I can't remember. It was some kind of pie anyway. Yeah, I think that was the extent of my budget.
Yeah, this one was pretty cool, man. Because the one great thing about Idaho is that Idaho's got a lot of farmland. So like everything we got was fresh, like fresh off of a farm. We had a fresh bird. I actually got to pick the bird out. It was pretty funny too, because like this bird was like the village jerk. He really was. He was pecking the females, he was kicking the other males, and I was just like, I want that one. And he's like, okay, cool. And the second the guy walked away, I looked at the bird and I'm like,
yeah. So basically, it's kind of behaving kind of like Cornholio. Do you remember our Cornholio impressions? From Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead.
Are you letting me? And I'm like,
yeah. I used to love doing those impressions. There was that one time in. Actually, I better, for the sake of context. Rav, have you seen the movie Bronson with Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy? No, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it's basically a true story on a prison inmate who was just known for just being wild and fighting all of the prisoners. He's still alive actually, but he's completely off the wall. But he'd be known to just fight other prisoners and whatnot. And he would always shout in the most extreme Cockney accent, like, well, I'll try not to swear too much, but you know, he would say, "Shut your mouth, shut the you." And he just swear. And there was one time when I was walking down Sutter Street in San Francisco,
Yes,
and I just heard Alex quote Bronson. He just shouted, "Shut your mouth!" And I was scanning the whole street looking for him, and I saw him across the street, and I replied back saying, "Shut the you!" And then just basically the F word and the C word.
And everybody on that street is like,
what's happening?
We just didn't care. Yeah, I just thought that was one of my treasured memories of San Francisco, just shouting across the street. Fortunately, we weren't arrested for indecent behavior or anything.
Dude,
But that was awesome.
it's San Francisco, man. People walk around naked. Like, we weren't.
That is true. Yeah. It wasn't in the Castro; it was Sutter Street, so miles away from the Castro.
Dude, San Francisco is a weird place, man. Like, half of them are walking around naked, and half of them don't even know they're naked. So it's
Nice one, Alex. Yeah.
Well, rather than we'll talk more about our time at AU when we get to that. But first things first, start off with your backstory. What led you into concept art and things like that?
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I'm originally from New York City, and I came from a family of athletes and accountants. Very real. They had very practical careers. I was always interested in drawing. I really got started in comic art. Frank Miller was one of my favorites growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to be a cop like my father. However, my father was a 9/11 officer, and he was one of the guys that got sick after. He passed in 2008. And one of his final wishes to me, he begged me not to be a cop. He thought I was better than it. I basically just went with the what's the word? So I went for my passion, After I got out of the Army, I went to AAU, and the rest is history. I met you, and just been growing ever since.
There was you mentioned your father being involved in 9/11. He was awarded. It was like a medal, wasn't it? Because I remember when you'd already left, because we were moving out the student accommodation for that semester, and I was the last one to leave. Right. And as I was getting my things together, I just happened to see your father's medal, and I looked at it and thought, I bet you Alex wasn't meant to leave that behind. So I took it with me to my new apartment, and then Facebook message.
Thank you for that.
I looked and I thought that's way too important. I thought, no, you must have forgotten that by mistake. So I looked after it over the summer, and then when you came back, I gave it to you. So
I appreciate that, man.
No, it's cool, because I knew how important your father and what happened during 9/11. I knew it was very important. So
Well, it really shaped who I was. One of the first things I did was join the Army, and was very American in that sense. It was like, oh really, fool? Like,
Team America.
What branch of the are you? It's in the Army, right?
Yes,
is it in the Army?
In the Army.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was a good experience. I mean, I think they say something about like 0.45% of the U.S. population actually serves. So, it was my life's honor to be part of that. And then I had my daughter, so I decided to separate from the reserves. And after that, here I am in Idaho, just coasting.
Chilling. Yes. How many tours did you have did you serve?
Just one. So I didn't do much. There are guys out there that have done a lot more. So
Okay.
but I'm very pro veteran, very pro police. These guys are we keep people safe. So.
Yes.
No, it's pretty good.
Yes.
What was I going to say? You mentioned your daughter, Cora. How is she? I take it they're all sleeping, your wife and kid?
She is a little ball of sass, dude. Oh my god. She's 4 years old. She's 4 years old. It's like having a miniature teenager in the house. I swear to God. Like, you know, like I made it like, you know, Noelle and I originally wanted boys, and then we found out we were having a girl. And I'm telling you right now, I don't ever want boys because boys are little animals.
Yeah.
it's like having pet monkeys. But dude, I swear to God, nobody told me how complicated girls get and how fast they get complicated. Like seriously, she's 4 years old, and I was just like, you know, like some of her mood swings, and I'm like, are you getting hormones already?
Well, Rav can sympathise from a father's perspective, although not.
Yes.
Although you have a son, though, not a daughter. But yeah.
I have a son.
Whereas,
yeah. He's 3 years old and he's jumping around all the time.
He knows.
Yeah. Whereas I'm keeping well away. I do not want kids.
My brother has a 4-year-old son. He's 4 months older than my daughter, and I'm just like, dude, you better keep that thing on a leash when you bring him to my house. Like, I'll put him in the dog's crate. I don't care.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
In fact, while I quickly surprise you with some pictures of our time at AAU, do you want to talk about what you did? What led you to go to AAU?
Yes.
Well, I went to, you know, I was signing up for the Army right out of high school. So, you know, I didn't take my SATs or any of the standardized stuff that they do in the US. And then, yeah, you know, AAU had the open door. They had the open door policy. They had a few, what was it? They had a few teachers that I really respected their personal work. So, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of interference. You were breaking up slightly, unfortunately.
Oh, well, you know.
But you mentioned teachers that you respected.
Yeah. Like one of my first teachers was Jerry Boxley, and he was actually from New York, like I was, so I followed a lot of his work. So yeah, he was a rough teacher, but yeah, you know, it was. You remember the analysis of form class that I took when we were rooming together.
Breaking up again.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, you were breaking up again. You said, I remember.
Yeah, the analysis of form class that I took when we were rooming together.
I think Adam is breaking up. Sorry about that. I can hear you clearly and I can see you clearly, but Adam just froze.
Adam just froze.
Yes. So yeah.
Jeez, fix yourself.
I saw your sketches. It's like heavy metal, reminiscent of heavy metal. When I saw your sketches.
Oh, dude, that's a huge compliment. Thank you. I love the heavy metal series.
Yes, I love it.
That
When I was in high school, I was like engrossed with those illustrations. And wow, I was looking at those tanks, even those guns.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
wow.
you see the movies?
Yes, I saw the movies before.
Those were pretty awesome. Heavy Metal 2000 was pretty sick.
So I guess it was me that got cut out then.
Yes, you were. So Alex,
I thought I heard Alex say you remember, and then it just broke up, and I thought then all of us got cut out, and I thought, maybe it's Raven's connection. Then obviously it was me. Typical.
You gotta love that English atmosphere. Bad food, worse weather, Mary Poppins, England.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is a first anyway.
Yeah.
So what have I missed?
I was saying with the analysis of form class, you remember I was rooming with you when I took that class. Remember everything I had to do in charcoal?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. That was Jerry's class. Man, whew, the class whooped my ass, dude.
Anywho, as I was getting them earlier, let me relive some memories with these pictures. Here's one of them. It should be coming up now.
There.
That was like I think like maybe a couple of days after you arrived. We were already.
That was like day 3, dude.
Yeah.
We were going hard already.
Although it's weird how we're both wearing the same color top. We almost look like Siamese twins or something. Conjoined twins, yeah.
Yeah, except I'm like 5 shades darker than you.
Yeah, and your arm looks like it's coming out of my shoulder, like with some kind of Lovecraftian monster or something.
That was a fun night, man. What we? That was like a small dive, and we showed up like 20 deep. I mean, we had an army with us.
I've let me get. There's one more as well. Let me just get that one as well. Although, because I don't want to take chances with Facebook's algorithm. Let me. Here it comes. I've censored it using America's R rating and the UK's 18 certificate. So being very appropriate to our countries.
Yeah, that was those were fun times, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Those were fun times. Oh man, you remember that guy Zed that lived in our dorm?
Oh yeah.
His roommate was an RA, and he came back completely bombed that night.
All right, damn.
I was like, yo, take care of your boy.
One thing that I regretted was that we never got any photos of both of us together during Halloween when I went dressed up as the Riddler,
dude.
and you was a vampire from Buffy. You had the Buffy vampire makeup.
Oh, dude! You know what? Check this out. I actually did that again this year.
Cool!
Scared the crap out of people in Idaho. This one dude tried to scare my daughter, and then I jumped out at him. He's like, "Oh, Jesus!"
Nice.
Look at that.
Oh, damn, that's good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
you made that yourself?
I had the contact lenses in this time.
Cool.
So
yeah, I love especially the eye makeup for the bags underneath. Very nice and deep. Yeah.
It didn't come out as great as I wanted it to because I'm way out of practice, but it was all right.
Nice.
It was all right.
You made that yourself, Alex?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
I scared the crap out of my daughter. Like I was sitting there and I put the contact lenses in for the first time, and I went to the ground and I'm like, oh, I'm changing. And I look up and she just sees these red and yellow eyes. And I'm like, the horror that showed up on my daughter's face.
Traumatized.
I killed that joke quick. I felt so bad. I was
like,
it's a joke. I'm okay.
You could always do it whenever she's misbehaving or something.
Yeah. Okay, Adam, that's how you make strippers, okay? No.
Oh yeah, you can warn her. You say, hey, you behave, otherwise I'll turn again or something. I don't know. Be creative.
Didn't Robin Williams say that once? When he said that about Dick Cheney?
I can't remember.
He's like, if you're not good, the Cheney man will get you.
Right. No, I don't remember that, I'm afraid.
Oh yeah, it was that was like back in 2002, like one of the stand-ups that he did on Broadway or something. Cool. It was either the one in Broadway or it was the one in DC in 2009.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Just Adam, when you were cut out, I was complimenting Alex with when I told him when I saw his illustration,
the artwork,
it's reminiscent of heavy metal. When I was in high school, I was looking at heavy metal stuff, a lot of heavy metal stuff. Is it still in publication, like heavy metal, or are they?
I'm not sure.
Because I haven't seen it anymore here in the Philippines, so I don't know if it's still.
Quickly look it up. Heavy
metal. It's a magazine, illustration magazine, and it's very good.
Yeah, that was a really cool. The movies were absolutely amazing.
Yes,
Adam, you would know the second movie because the main villain, his name was Tyler.
Okay. He
was voiced by Michael Ironside.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Nice.
And it was really funny. It was. Oh my God! I remember my dad watched that with me. I was like 10, and he was like, "What the hell are you watching?" It was just like Michael Ironside is just voicing this like super horny villain. He's like, I'm so used
to him being more deep, low tone voice, sort of menacing type of villain. I mean, even though it's not a particularly great movie, but I love it for what it is. I remember him from like Highlander 2, The Quickening, which isn't a popular movie, but I don't care. I like it. I know he was in. Really, you just need to watch the first Highlander movie, and that's it. Really, the story pretty much ends with the first one, but they did continue it on.
Clancy Brown was like the best, man.
Yeah, I do. obviously, I know that both of them were in Starship Troopers, which I think you're a fan of. Is that? Yeah, I thought so. Because I'm not a big fan myself per se, but
I'm a
I
big fan
loved
of
Clancy
Starship
Brown in that,
Troopers,
man.
Yeah.
Clancy Brown was
Yeah.
he was their drill sergeant.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Put
Drill
your hand
Sergeant.
on that wall.
I love
And
that.
he's one of the best Lex Luthor voices around. I've always loved. I thought he was really good in the Superman animated
Yes.
movies and whatnot.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And speaking of, what was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought. Hold on. That damn internet cut off has lost my train of thought. But let me just remember. Oh yeah, that was it. It is still in publication. Heavy Metal. I just quickly checked. But I've never read any myself, so no comment.
It's a
They're
good
probably
magazine.
doing great now due to the pandemic and so many people stuck at home. So
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean that's what me and Rav decided to do with PinoyChap, since pretty much everyone's staying at home, especially in the Philippines where it's been locked down. I think the longest lockdown in the entire world, if I remember rightly. So
Yes.
we've got a captive audience.
We are just opening
I
up
get it.
last October, I think. Yeah. So yeah, and we have a lot of curfews around 10 p.m. You need to be. They put up checkpoints, so they will flag you down if you say, "Hey, the police will flag you down." In the some provinces has police and military checkpoints. So yeah, it's very, and you
They're
cannot
doing
go.
military checkpoints out there.
Yes, we have military
Holy
checkpoints.
crap!
So also we cannot go into a different province. Like me, I'm from Metro Manila. So if I wanna go to a different province, I need to have a permit to visit there. So I need to call the city hall or the what do you
Border
call this?
Patrol.
No, the province the province capital to why I'm going there, why I'm going to stay there. And I need to lock down for 4. I also need to quarantine for 14 days in there before I can go out, mingle, and so it's
Yeah.
very, very troublesome because right now, before Metro Manila was the highest with
Highest
with the
cases.
highest cases, yes. But now it's moving to the other provinces because a lot of people are now traveling, especially now Christmas is coming. So a lot of Filipinos are going home. Yeah.
Man,
So yeah, we are the toughest lockdown yet.
that sucks.
Yeah. Have you? Did you show all the artwork, Rav, while I was cut out?
No, I haven't.
I was going to say because
we're waiting for you.
thank you for waiting.
So
You need to fix yourself, Adam.
Sorry, what?
You need to fix yourself.
You need to fix the damn internet. That's irritating. Got to be careful that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
So feel free to feel free
these
to
are all from
talk
my
about.
book. That's my main character right there. This is a side story that I've been doing for and these guys. Oh yeah, Adam, we were in school when I created these guys.
Oh yes,
Yeah, it was I got an assignment. I had to emulate an artist, and yeah, it just carried off from there. I mean, that's one of the things that keeps me interested anyway as an artist. I like to create backstories. So, and Adam, these are for your project.
Yeah, I think we're going to be like on a loop anyway. So feel free to talk about your stuff. Then the next time we come to these, I'll explain more because you got a lot more to say. So feel free to continue.
Yeah, these are. Oh, I actually edited that one. But yeah, these are just that one my wife asked for, and she just wanted some art to decorate the house with. And yeah, that's my second main character for my book. I actually based it on my wife.
Nice.
This was just a side character that I did for someone. That's also for my book. That's one of the gods.
So do you draw it first in the paper, then you upload it to
scan it?
Scan it?
No, I used to do that, but it's a waste of resources. I'm purely digital now. I'll sketch those. I'll sketch those from start to finish. The sketch, the inking, and then the painting, all digital.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when you have a. Go
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
When you have a small child, it's like it's not good to leave, like have tools around the house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, these characters, this is the third one. The previous two as well were all part of a concept of a script that I've been working on called Enclosed Space, which is it's like a Pirates of the Caribbean meets Event Horizon, which is basically a group of space pirates enter a freighter to loot it, but they accidentally trigger the security and they get locked in with them. It's basically a haunted spaceship, really, and those basically are some of the pirates that go into the ship. So, and I was actually talking about this with Donnie from episode 3. Shout out to Donnie if he's watching.
Hi,
but I don't know. You've not shown any comments of whether or not he's there or not. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Either way, I was talking to him about this, and even though I envisioned it as live action, he said there's a possibility of maybe trying to do it as animation instead. Which, even though I love animation, I never gave that any thought. So I'm going to see if I can see what we can do with animation, which is even better because if we do have animation, we get to keep as much of Alex's artwork as possible. Because obviously, you know what happens with concept art. It gets lost in translation when you do it in live action. So fingers crossed if we can get it in animation.
Yeah, I begged Adam to let me do some concepts for that because I thought it was a really cool project. And hey, man, we got to talk after this because I still have to do your aliens that abducted Haley.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and we should start talking about some environments. So.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I'd love to do like the interiors of some of the ships, especially the abduction scene, because I do imagine that being like a spider's web type of thing instead of people being stuck on a slab on a table being experimented on. If they're all suspended like in a spider's web or something. Cool. Anyway, let's not go into too many details. Spoiler alert and all that crap.
I'm excited to see that. While you were talking, I'm getting curious. So what's going on? Yeah,
I mean, as a concept artist, you really just one of the things that I struggle with personally is stepping outside of my comfort zone. And with Adam's project, I did just that. And with the captain, the guy with the coat and the gun in the metal hand, he turned out to be one of my best character designs at the time. So when I finished Cap in Hand, he was really a turning point, and I really started to evolve again. So that's one thing that I would recommend to anyone. Yeah, see.
Fact. Oh, I was just about to get the picture for you.
Adam, you remember I did this once before, and I was like, no, I can do better. I
remember, yes.
So I did him again, and I mean, it just came together beautifully. And so, I mean, that's one thing I could recommend to any artist. Like, dude, step outside your comfort zone because you have no idea what you're going to find, and you will really surprise yourself with how good you can actually be.
Exactly. And I also like how the little nuances that you added to the picture, because it's something that never occurred to me, but you with your military background, it made perfect sense. If you notice how Captain Hand doesn't have his finger actually on the trigger.
Yes, it's like that.
I just realized my hand was out of frame. So, but
never like that.
Exactly. Well, it never occurred to me, but it makes perfect sense.
The reference, the pose reference that I used for this, his finger was on the trigger. And the soldier in me was just going nuts. I'm like, why is your booger hook on the bait switch?
Yeah. Totally, yes.
You never put it
living in a place like Idaho. This is this is very Second Amendment friendly up here. It's constitutional carry. You don't need a permit to carry any kind of weapons up here. Wow. So weapon safety is like a very important thing to anybody that has ever had to carry one. So it's just like, I was like, dude, get his finger off the trigger. What's the matter with
you? Yeah.
But no, it's good that obviously about responsibility with weapons, because I remember you were telling me about how you've talked your daughter Cora about how it is not a plaything, it is a tool, it is basically exactly. So I remember. So obviously you are taking it very seriously, which is obviously appropriate. So I agree with you.
Well, I mean, it's just like anybody in the U.S. It is an amendment right. So, but the thing is, you got to be responsible. These things are instruments of destruction. That's all they are. They are, like like a knife you can use to hurt someone, or you can use to also cut your food. You can use to like you can use it as a tool. No, you can't. You can't use a firearm to snip a wire. Like,
exactly. Yes.
You can't do that. You know, these things are designed for one thing, and if you're going to have them in your house, you need to be safe. You need to be responsible.
Exactly.
And you need to educate. So that's you know, I explained to Cora as at a young age, like, hey, these are not toys. You know.
Yes. True.
So. Yeah, it was pretty funny though, because I took my wife to the range, and
so I missed the range.
Yeah, I have an AR, and there's a muzzle brake on it, and the muzzle brake is designed to disperse energy to the side, so that you don't get that big flash. She was standing right next to the muzzle brake. And so it went off, and I was like, "That's your first hard lesson."
Yeah. So Alex, when did you started? When you were in the army, were you illustrating, drawing?
Yeah. I was drawing. You know, I mean, my book that I've done these characters for. I've been working on that since I was 17. You know, it's taken on various things. I've experimented with different storylines. Like my main character, the Shadow Knight, the male with the pale skin.
He's on the thumbnail of our episode.
Yeah, so he actually, when I first started, was that he died in battle, and his soul went to the River Styx, but somehow his body was reunited with somehow his soul and his body were reunited. But when they were reunited, his soul retained the taint of the River Styx, so he came back with like black veins and all this stuff. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I just created Spawn. Yeah, you know, before that he was originally a vampire, and then Twilight came out, and I'm like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
No. Like, that was literally one of the dumbest renditions of vampires I'd ever seen.
Bad timing, yeah.
Oh God! And the fact that guy's like Adam knows.
Robert Pattinson. Is Batman, yeah.
I'm a huge Batman fan, and then I saw that he was going to be Batman, and I'm just like, I'm not watching that. Like,
and they actually changed the new Batman now. They changed it to a little bit of it's a different take of Batman.
Right, it's another reboot, basically. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'll give it a shot when it comes out, but it's just yet another Batman movie. I mean, I want to do something different. Go back to being camp Batman or something. Just something different.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go turn on the 1992 cartoon, and that's
that's like quintessential Batman. Yes.
That's why when Arkham Knight and Arkham came out in the PlayStation and Xbox, and I love it.
Arkham Knight was amazing, though.
Yes, I love it.
So
the
good.
art,
so good.
The artwork, the everything, and you know, it's the story was great. You don't know what's going on.
The Batmobile opened up and turned into a tank. I was like,
a mind blown. Wow.
Arkham Knight was
now you're all in big trouble.
Arkham Knight was the third game, right? I can't remember.
Yes,
because I only played the first two, Arkham Asylum and City.
10 years to produce. Because Arkham City came out, and then they worked on that for like 10 years. They leased it to Rockstar, and they created Arkham Origins in between as a filler.
That was
and then Arkham Knight came out, and it was like, ooh, dude, that new suit. That new suit that he had when he put on the cowl, and it was I was like, oh
wow.
I just remember because I remember that you brought your PlayStation 3 to our student dorm, didn't you? So we were playing Arkham City quite a lot around the 2012 semester.
Oh yeah, and then who was it? John got that racing game, and we found out that Vince was the dirtiest racer in the world.
Don't remember the racing game myself.
3, 2, 1, go, and Vince would immediately try to ram you and all this.
Right. No, I was only playing Arkham City myself. I think I got as far as I was fighting Mr. Freeze in that laboratory, and then I just lost track because I was busy with classwork.
That was a hard one. Hard one. He looked like an astronaut from hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
No puns though, sadly.
Say again?
No puns though, sadly. Like with Arnie. I don't care. I love that interpretation of Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
That was so bad.
Yeah, that was my point, because I've always thought Mr. Freeze was an overrated character. Just one good episode from the animated series does not mean he's suddenly automatically shot up to the stratosphere as one of the best Batman villains. I didn't agree when fans suddenly thought he was the greatest ever, because before that he was Mr. Zero, who was this loser C-listed type of villain, and all of a sudden this one episode and he shot up to heights and got his own movie. So I love the fact that Arnie came along and made it, bad again.
We'll kill the dinosaurs, the ice age.
I've always thought though, I did do this once, but I then lost the video, so I don't have it anymore unless I re-edit it. But I did one time do a little clip where I took Arnie quotes from other films and put them in Batman and Robin. So that bit you just said, I basically did this. What killed the dinosaurs? The chopper! I really should get around to actually making it again.
There you go.
It's pretty good. You got that.
Oh, hi, Donnie.
Hi, Donnie. How are you?
What's up, dude?
So, yeah, Donnie was who I was talking about earlier, Alex, the guy who suggested the enclosed space could be animation instead. So
cool.
I think concept artist is like filmmaking also, because you build a world inside your head, and
it's like mood boards.
We interpret it via script or storyboard, but Alex is interpreting it in illustration, a very nice illustration.
Yeah.
Because
there was also
Adam is one of the nitpickiest clients that I've ever had, but at the same time, it's I welcome the challenge, because we really work with some stuff. But there's those times where he'll be like, "Can we do this?" I'm like, "No, dude, we're not doing that. That's gonna look
I'm not that bad. Come on.
Let me work.
No. I ask about certain things, then you say why it doesn't make sense, and I thought, yep, you are the expert. It makes perfect sense. No, it's not like, how dare you upset my feelings. You must do it. No.
Oh, come on, man. I've never been that
asshole clients like that. No way. No.
I mean, honestly, like, when it came to AAU, that was one of the reasons that a lot of these kids would fail in the industry, is because they were way too proud of their stuff, and it was just like they were not open to criticism, and it was just like, dude, get over it. Get over it. Like,
yes, true.
Immediately, I'm thinking to myself as a parent, I'm like, you weren't slapped upside the head enough. That's your problem.
Yeah. Like, I mean, granted, you do get like jerk people that just say, "Oh, I don't like it," and they don't have legitimate reasons for it. There's constructive criticism, and then there's just being a douche, really.
Yeah,
so I think
we had a couple of those. One kid called my work sloppy, and I just sat there.
Yeah. I wonder what he did. What his work was like. Yeah.
Like, you could tell this kid wasn't all there. Honestly, I think his parents just sent him to AAU because, like, okay, you need a degree and art is easy, and not realizing that it's actually one of the hardest things that you can do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, every assignment is a project. You're gonna dedicate going following an illustration degree in AAU is like a full-time job.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing was, this guy called my work sloppy, and he didn't even finish his. His wasn't even complete.
Says it all, really.
Yeah. So I'm just sitting there, I look like the Jackie Chan meme.
Let's try to think. There's one good meme. I forget what movie it's from. It's basically, I think it was Eddie Murphy. He was like drinking a glass of something, and then he just goes like that. If I can remember what movie it's from, whether or not I've even got the right actor, I can't remember. But there's that meme as well, which I think is appropriate.
Yeah, concept art and going into the art field in general, like, a lot of kids don't realize it's very competitive. AAU has a graduation rate of when we went, it's dropped since then, but when we went, it was like the graduation rate was less than 50%.
Yeah.
The employment rate was less than 5%. It's a very, very competitive field. And not only that, but you got to remember, it's like everybody thinks, they're very single issue, and a lot of people go into that school with very low info. And you got to remember, our school is extremely expensive. You're going to be in a ton of debt. Okay. Do you remember Tyler, Adam?
Oh yes, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, the big white dude.
Yeah.
he looked like Hitler's wet dream. Tyler.
You said it, not me.
So, Raph, to fill you in, Tyler was my other roommate, and he was a 6'5", blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude. I was just like, oh, Jesus.
He was your roommate. He was your roommate after our time, wasn't it? Because that must have been like 2013 semester.
Yeah. Even after college, he actually lived with me for a little while, and then he went back to North Carolina. You know, I put him up for a little bit. Anyway, moving on. Where was I going with this? Tyler got his master's degree in animation, and he had like $200,000 in debt, and he's not working in the field. You know, so you got to remember that's more common than the other way.
Yeah.
And for me, you know, I like to do independent stuff. So for me, I'm not always doing art as a living. You know, sometimes I'm working in a factory. Sometimes I'm just making ends meet. You gotta remember that. I mean, and you also gotta remember. So for the people that are working there, you know, you got like, it sounds great. Like, oh, I'm a concept artist and I'm making $100,000 a year. Yeah, the studios in Southern California where you're still broke if you're making $100,000 a year, and you know you're gonna go through droughts. When that job dries up, they're gonna let you go. You know, that's really how it is. Unless they really like your stuff, and they decide to keep you, more often than not, they're gonna let you go. So you're gonna go through these droughts. You know, you got to remember what's important to you.
Yeah.
So, like for me, I had my daughter. Shut up, Zara. Sorry, my dog is whining.
I thought I could hear it. It sounded like snoring or something.
No, she's whining because she wants to get out of the crate, but I'm not letting her out of the crate. I don't trust this dog to save her life. Yeah. Anyway, you know, you got to remember what's important to you. Like concept art is really not unless you're like wildly successful. You know, unless you're like wildly successful as an independent artist. Like one of the guys that does a podcast. Damn it, what's his name? Jake Parker.
Okay.
You guys would know him because he created the Inktober thing. You know, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember.
He's got 5 kids, and he's admitted his first 3 kids he barely has a relationship with because he was so focused on his career. Now, when I heard that, my daughter was a year old, and I was like, no, not worth it to me. Yes. You know, like I'm a father first. So,
yeah,
you know, it's really all a matter of what's important to you. Like, you know, California lost its mind during the coronavirus pandemic. So I'm like, here I am in Idaho. Like it's really not much of an art community here. It's really not, but it's all a matter of like, you know, just taking the information, really doing your research, and then finding out what's important to you. You know.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up at some point. Like, what advice would you give to illustrators? But you've pretty much answered my question already. Which, so basically, set your priorities makes perfect sense. So, if you want to focus entirely on your career, best not to have a family right now. So, no, it's good that you.
And also, when you're working with a studio, I mean, granted, if you are offered a job with the studio, you are an elite. You are really good. Like you're really good. I've been rejected by a lot of studios. So
we all have. This sad thing, really, with starving artists.
Yeah, I wanted to get like the last rejection letter was the one that got me, and it wasn't because I was like brokenhearted or anything. It was it was so patronizing. You know, they were like, "Oh, we decided not to go with you at this time, but keep mastering your craft." And I'm just like,
"Yeah,
I have more respect for you if you just told me I sucked." Like,
oh yeah, insincere is nauseating.
Like, dude, if you called me with your Arnie voice, like you suck at it,
yeah,
I would receive that better. You know. So, anyway, yeah, man. But you know, you got to remember, like, you know, working in a team environment. And all, like, dude, some of those guys that are like freakishly good at art, man, they're freaking weird. They are weird. I know you remember Adam. You remember Sasha's roommate Leah, right? The one from South Africa.
Oh yes, yeah. I was just trying to remember everybody. Yeah.
Freakishly good artist, but no one liked her. You know, she was such a pain in the ass to live with.
I think I barely remember her, so obviously that was for the best, really.
I would just walk in her. I remember walking into her dorm. I'm like, y'all mad at her again? I'm like, what she did? Come on. I was like, you guys don't have enough siblings. That's your problem.
Yeah. Yeah, so the student dorm was like Animal House, basically. Just everyone was crazy and wild, yeah. Whereas I think, well, we just kept to ourselves, really.
Oh my god, dude, you and Vince one time. Holy crap! I remember that one time I had to swing my door open. I'm like, oh, you don't knock it off. I'm gonna knock both of you out. It's 7:00 in the morning and you guys are bickering. I was up until 3 a.m. You guys shut up.
I don't remember being that loud, really, but oh well.
Adam was bickering.
It was towards the end of the semester, so you got to that point with Vince where you were like, dude, I've had enough, you know?
Oh yeah, but I'm not stupid enough to attack anybody in a dorm where I could get kicked out. I don't know. If, sorry, what?
I still remember that. He's like, why'd you close the window? And you're like, I'm freaking cold.
Oh, the window.
Pretty much, yeah.
I swing the door open in my underwear, like, both of you shut.
Then that would have been enough to knock me straight and scare the hell out of me to see you like the Incredible Hulk or something.
I was
out in underwear.
Like, it's 7 a.m. on a Saturday. How the hell are you guys angry?
I don't think it was. I think the only reason I was up that early was because it was class. But I can't remember, to be honest. But sorry, what?
On a Saturday?
Yeah, I don't think it was a Saturday, but it's been a long time, so it's whatever.
Well, it was also that you and Vince that was the problem. Also, you guys were both introverted, so you were constantly in each other's space. You know,
I think I spent most of my time in the library just getting on with the work.
I was the party animal. Like I'd still back up at 2:00 in the morning, just hammered out of my brain, like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. I do remember there was that time I woke up to the sound of you pretty much falling through the door, and then so.
Almost shot water on my nose, dude. Oh man, yeah. It was.
Maybe we should change the subject.
Yeah, but I mean, one of the things, especially with concept art, and because I'll take any moment to save a poor kid like $200,000. You've noticed, Adam, because you hear this?
That sounded like you were saying hello. It sounded like hello.
Dude, it's like, I swear to God, it's like living with a damn coyote. Seriously, hold on, let me show you. Like, look at this dog.
Oh, it's a Siberian.
Hello there.
Is that a husky?
I believe so.
I actually got her, and they said she was a husky. I took one look at her. I'm like, dude, that's not a purebred husky at all.
No.
She is. But when we moved to Idaho, the vet was like, dude, we need a DNA test because her long legs, her long spine. I think she's a wolf hybrid.
Oh. Okay.
And I have a small child in the house. Mm-hmm. So immediately I was just like, dude, if that thing's a wolf.
Yeah.
No, like you
can't
have wolf hybrids around children. There was a very tragic story in Virginia where somebody had a wolf hybrid. They brought home a newborn, and the wolf hybrid ate it.
Wow.
Yeah, like wolves are like I mean, I wear you can see this. I wear a wolf pendant. I love wolves, but they are not pets. They are dangerous predators.
Okay.
And especially here in Idaho, we don't have American wolves here. We have Canadian wolves.
Canadian wolves.
Canadian wolves look like they should be American wolves because they're bigger, they're more aggressive, and they're highly successful hunters. So their packs are huge, man. There's they roll around here in like packs of 50.
Wow.
Yeah.
50. Wow. 50.
Some of the avid hunters, they'll you got to remember Canadian wolves are invasive to the US. So they're treated like a pest. You don't need permits to hunt them or anything. Like there are some hunters out here that'll literally just they'll roll into the woods in apocalypse trucks. But yeah, they decimate the elk populations and all that other stuff. And I don't know if you guys ever had elk. It's really good. Oh,
Nah,
We
afraid
don't
not.
have elk. We don't have elk here.
Yeah. So but elk and game meat in general is really good. Not only that, it's a lot better for you. You know, it's better than processed stuff. Elk is highly nutritious. So it's like picture. Have you ever had a kale smoothie or something like that hits your body with a nutrient overload?
No, I don't think so. But
Well, try it because you feel. I mean, especially now that Adam, you and I are in our 30s, so it's like you really start to.
we all are.
We all are.
Rab's the eldest, in fact.
So,
No.
but yeah, elk is really good. I mean, it's almost euphoric. It's like eating a steak and getting as many nutrients as a vegetable. So
Yeah.
it's highly valued up here. So when Canadian wolves are allowed to just run free, they decimate the population because they're so successful. So, but yeah, Adam, I'm still waiting on you to come visit once all this pandemic crap is over.
Tell me about it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Dude, it like when you first come here, it's so like mind blowing. I got a buddy who lives up in Idaho City. It's about 40 minutes from here, and he lives like legit in the mountains. This guy's like a straight up Idaho hick. Like his house is on a dirt road, the whole nine. Okay.
Cool.
And literally in the morning, you'll go out there during the dawn, and all you hear, and it's like, dude, that's so cool. And then he shows up behind you. He's like, no, it ain't. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's a different life. It's a different life out here than the coast. But I mean, it's a simpler one, and I'm thankful for it.
I take it. Obviously, time changes people's opinions, but I take it you would never have seen yourself going there 10 years ago.
No, absolutely not. I mean, maybe because during my time in the Army, I really got to appreciate country life.
Yeah.
Like some of the best times I had was just like out in the woods with a couple of buddies, just doing our thing. So I've always appreciated more of a rural life. I mean, and granted, I live in Meridian. This is not rural by any means. This city is growing so fast, like I'm 10 minutes away from Boise, So Adam, you remember where we lived in Bluxom?
Oh yeah.
I can drive to Boise quicker than I could walk to New Montgomery from Bluxom. It's that close. It's that close.
Damn.
So this is still like it's a bit of a mix between the rural and the city life.
Yeah.
But yeah, Noel and I are talking about buying a house and all that other stuff. So we're probably gonna go like even more country.
Yeah.
Like next time you see me, I'll be missing a few teeth.
What's the industry in
Change your
Idaho?
accent as well.
What's
dude, you've known me since I moved out of New York, and it hasn't gone anywhere. So.
Yeah, same with me. When I was in America, I never lost it.
When I'm in traffic and when I get upset, that's when it gets real thick. That's when it gets like, hey, yes, no.
So you were saying, Raven?
What's the industry in Idaho?
Say again?
What's the industry in Idaho?
A lot of construction because there's several cities in Idaho that are actually rated as the fastest growing in the U.S. A lot of construction, a lot of, let's see, of course, farming. Yeah, it's really strange, like because the city's growing so fast that like a lot of people are leaving the coast. Like I'm sure you guys are up to date on American events. Like how Oregon had riots literally the whole summer, and Washington. I'm not sure. Washington had the chop after the George Floyd incident. So a lot of people are moving out of that area because they're like, dude, this is nuts.
Yeah.
So Idaho is getting a lot of that because just like my wife, she's got her stepmom, she's got her father still in California, and I'm just like, well, good luck with that. Like, I'm out. So it's growing and it's really crazy. Like, hold on, I'll show you guys. Let me see. You're not gonna be able to see it, but okay. All right, so this is outside my place. So that way,
nice sunlight.
Oh yeah, dude, these sunrises up here.
Yeah.
That way is more of a city setting. There's a mall that way, and this, that, third, all that. And that way, past that building, nothing but farmland.
Farmland.
It's so oh yeah, now you,
So
now you can
Literally night and day.
Now you can see it during the day. That's my new.
Oh yeah, just about to say it. Yeah, nice.
The Rebel.
I don't know. I think I want to put bullhorns on the front of it. You know.
Yeah.
Trying to think what other you could customize it. You know, get to turn it into like the Rock's tattoo, the Brahma bull or something.
Rebel. Yeah.
My brother who lives in New York was like, "Why do you have that?" And you know, I immediately quoted Dave Chappelle. I'm like, "Cause that's why."
Yeah. Well, your brother pretty much questions everything from what you've told me.
Dude,
So
he sucks.
yeah. Although you did tell me he got on well with Vince, so yeah, two dicks get alike, yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm messing around. I mean, I love my
Yeah.
brother. We're just very different. You know, we're
Yeah, it
extremely
happens.
different, and it's crazy because we're so close in age. Like we're 16 months apart. Everybody thought we were twins growing up, but
Yeah.
you know, we went like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I was like, good luck with that. I'm going this way. Like, you know, but you know, it's just like, I mean, I was sitting there telling him, I'm like, dude, this weather that I have right now, that's 21 degrees. You don't see this weather until February in New York. So if it's like this in November, it's gonna get real bad for the rest
a
of the
long winter,
I you need a vehicle up here that can handle this weather. You know what I mean?
Yes, true. Yes.
You need a vehicle like, dude, my other car is a Nissan Altima. It's a little four banger. That thing ain't gonna go nowhere in the snow.
Yes.
It's like that thing's basically a boat with no rudder.
Yes.
I gave that to my wife when I got the truck. I'm like, here you go. Bitch.
Sloppy seconds, yeah.
No, well, you know, my wife had an 09 Toyota Corolla, and it drove like a 99. She beat the living crap out of that thing. You turn it on and it would rattle. Like the whole neighborhood would know who her car was on. Like, Jesus.
It's pretty much like your typical sort of cartoon Hanna-Barbera type of thing where the whole thing is just breaking down, like the doors are falling off, blowback and everything.
God. Dude, I
Smoke.
swear to God, like we took her car once because mine had a flat tire. Thanks to her, of course. And I swear to God, man, I took that thing up to 70 on the freeway, and I was convinced that I was going to end up in nothing but a seat.
Well, you did say it was a boat, so it makes sense, yeah.
Like, oh, shit. So when we moved, she was kind of upset about it, but you know that's just my wife. She's possessive. She likes to hold on to her things, and I was just like,
sentimental, yeah.
I was like, that hoopty is not going to survive the trip. You need to get rid of it. So she sold it. Then we moved here. I got my truck, so I gave her my Altima. My Altima is a 2016, but it's only got 30,000 miles on it. It's basically new.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
It's all good.
She's like, I like it the sloppy seconds, and I'm like, you get a free car. Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, take what you can get, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, dude, it's Idaho. I can always go get you a horse. Like, I'll get you a carriage and a couple of oxen.
Oh God. So actually, I'll quickly mention this, even though we don't have any pictures. But you were mentioning Tyler earlier, and there was one project that we both worked on as well, which was for an animated feature film I was working on called I Spy with My Little Fly.
Yep.
And what you said earlier about your vampires, you know, and then Twilight comes along and then you didn't want to do it. Similar thing happened, unfortunately, with I Spy with My Little Fly when you were doing the concept artwork for that and designing the characters. Again, great artwork. Although Alex has come a long way since then. It doesn't reflect what he does now. But, you know, it was very Pixar type of designs, you know, very cartoonish sort of designs. And I was really proud of them. And then, of course, it's a great movie, but the Will Smith movie Spies in Disguise comes along with a very similar concept of a secret agent turning into a pigeon. And my concept was a secret agent teaming up with a housefly. So the idea of something small eavesdropping on people. So when that movie came out, I was like, oh, that puts the end to my idea.
Yeah.
But I did eventually watch the film and I did enjoy it, but I thought, oh, I'm going to have to either not look at that script ever again or maybe retool it in the future. But but that was something very similar. You know, I had a similar problem, Alex, which was, you know, you come up with an idea and you invest in it, and then, as with the industry, other ideas come along, they beat you to it. So it's a bummer.
It's gonna happen. You know, it's gonna happen, and it always happens. Honestly, that's why I've kept my books so close to the chest, and that's why I've been.
Shut up.
See, I'm gonna let you, the only reason I still have this dog is because my daughter is super attached to it. Otherwise, I'd have taken her out to the woods, be like, "Go, you're free." She looks like a little coyote. Hopefully, she'll meet up with a pack of yotes and she'll just be like, "Yo, number."
As long as she doesn't find a way home.
That's why I keep my books so close to the chest, you know, because that's why, you know, I've been working on my writing skill. I've been working on my concept art and everything, because I want it to be as polished as possible. Yeah. You know, the story that I've created, and it's taken on such incredible, like it's gone in such totally different ways. I mean, and with the art and the storylines and everything, there's times I look back at my notes and I'm like, holy crap, like I impressed myself. But you know, you want it, you know, like there's always going to be new ideas, you know, and sometimes they're going to blossom into something that, you know, you had no idea you could do. Like, for example, those Cyberpunk Ninja, that you guys had up, that was a project in college. You know, I mean, it was a part of my life for like a week.
Okay.
But you know, like you gotta find your niche. So what I did was, what I do is, like, I like to create backstories for all of my characters, and for this one, it was the U.S. Lost World War II on an alternate timeline, and when the Axis powers took over, Japan betrayed. Sorry, guys. Like,
you need a muzzle.
Dude, I need a tranquilizer darts. That's what I need.
Oh, that even better, yeah.
Anyway, yes. So when the Axis powers won in this timeline, Japan betrayed Germany and Italy, and they took over the world. So, and when they did, they brought back the feudal age. So the samurai were back. They were, and you know, you got movies like The Last Samurai that make samurai seem very heroic, but historically they were a very domineering, you know, overbearing. They were basically tyrants. You know, so like if you crossed the samurai's path, he was in his rights to kill you. You know, they had a caste system. They were very antagonistic in Japan's history. So they brought, you know, during that storyline, they brought that back. So with the Return of the Samurai, I came up with these characters. Came the Return of the Ninja. The Return of the Shinobi that would resist, and honestly, that's what kept me so engaged, you know. So like, and you know, we didn't show it because it was basically a practice piece. But you remember the cyberpunk cityscape I did for these, Adam?
Oh yeah, because we earlier this year we were bouncing ideas for like storylines for a potential. It was mainly for a film, at least, because I think it has the potential for an actual series as well. But I think at the time, I was focusing on features, so I was working on a treatment for a feature. So that's something that we need to get back into, actually.
Hey, dude,
obviously we were working on other things.
Dude, if you want to use it, go for it. It's very premature in its development. I mean, I basically just came up with the backstory. I came up with a couple of characters. You have the concept art right there. There's a biography for each character. Man, go run with it. Yeah,
I want you to still be involved. Obviously, I'm not taking it and leaving it out. So yeah, we'll certainly be working on it. Definitely.
Better get my royalty check, man.
Well, that's why I want you to stay on board so you can get a paycheck rather than me take it all and then have to recalculate at that point. No, we'll just sort it out in the contract. Up front.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to text my wife, see if she's up. I'm gonna be like, "Yo, this mutt is interrupting our screen."
Right. Well, don't worry, because our time's nearly up anyway, so we'll be wrapping up anyway. So so don't worry.
So this dog is looking right at me, and I'm just like,
yeah, just won't shut up. Yeah,
we're not cool like that. Like something.
So what do you have lined up at the minute as far as God, now the dog's distracting me now. So what do you have lined up for the future with your artwork? Do you have any other projects that you have lined up, or any clients' works that you can disclose?
I've really been.
Yeah, very annoying now.
There's my wife. she's looking at the dog like, what the hell's the matter with you? See, I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying the woods are right there. We can just. Okay.
Hello, Noel. By the way.
Hi.
Yep. They said hi. Oh, hi. So this is live. This is live on Facebook, by the way.
Yeah.
So. She's like, no, I just woke up.
That's enough to scare her off. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, I've really just been focusing on my book. I've actually brought Noelle on because Noelle is a brilliant writer. I've got about 12,000 words written. I wrote a prologue because when you're writing fantasy, one of the prerequisites is that if you're unless you're going to do something that's like a blend of fantasy and like current events or anything, you need to create your own world.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
The thumbnail, Adam, can you pull that one up of Ashka?
Yeah, let me find it. Unless Raven beats me to it.
It's the
Yep.
dragon lady.
Dragon one, yeah. Just found it. Let me get it up.
Is this it?
I've found it. Don't worry, Rav. I'm just getting it ready now.
Yeah. So this is Ashka. She is a primal dragon. The primals are the gods in my book. They're the oldest beings in existence. She looks this way because she's so divine. That's the most human she can appear. Okay. So yeah, my prologue focuses around Ashka and another primal and how they create the world. Okay. And I brought on, I brought my wife on because she's an amazing writer, but she's back in school and she's got her own aspirations. So it's the writing is a little slow, but I've got a map up, so I'm designing certain environments and things like that. So yeah, but just really focusing on that and everything. So especially if the U.S. locks down again, we have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 2020 has been a wild year to live in the US. It's been an insanely, COVID, everything is insanely political now. So, but yeah, if finishing my book and everything like that, I could, the lockdown could be beneficial. So.
Oh yeah, that's what pretty much what we've all been doing, just finding ways to keep ourselves occupied. Like I wrote a hell of a load of feature scripts, pilot scripts during lockdown, just to get them so that I have a tangible script, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Adam. Oh, sorry. And that's why also Adam and I came up with PinoyChap because of the lockdown. We were.
You need something to keep you occupied, man.
Yes, true.
You will lose your mind. Unfortunately, my mother passed away in New York's coronavirus lockdown. She was, the isolation was not good for her. So
sorry to hear that.
Oh yeah, sorry to bring mood down, but yeah.
No, don't worry about it. It's okay. But
you got to keep yourselves clear. Luckily we live in Idaho where the population isn't that big, so we haven't been locked down. So,
like what I've said with Adam before, we had an earthquake in the early January. I know a volcano eruption. Then
Taal volcano, yes.
Taal volcano. Then the pandemic, and 3 weeks ago it's a big storm, typhoon. So yeah, we had everything,
bro.
We're used to it. We're used to it now. One time we were doing this, and you can see the trees. You can hear it in the background.
Yeah, you were during the eye of the storm. Yeah, you were live on the air.
Yeah, Adam, I was live.
Adam, you remember our first earthquake in San Francisco?
I didn't notice.
The building started going like this, and I slide under the table like I'm stealing home at the World Series. Oh my God!
I sadly wasn't there because that was the weird thing. I was present for quite a few earthquakes, but I actually never noticed.
That was the one that I did notice, and everybody else, you remember, my ex-wife was a Cali native. She's like, "What is everybody?" yeah, it's just an earthquake. And I'm like, no, the ground moved.
Yeah. In fact, there was only one time in the UK where we had an earthquake. It was in 2008. And I did notice that one. I'd just gone to bed as well. And then I just felt, it's weird. And I just went back to sleep. And then everyone the next day was like, oh, earthquake. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. But I never noticed any in San Francisco, weirdly enough.
Here, it's normal.
I don't get it, man. It's, I mean, you know, if this is the only thing I'll say about it, it's just like, yeah, dude, with this whole COVID-19 thing, it's just like, all right, man, we're 8 months into this. This is not the bubonic plague. Like, can we move on, please? Like, I know a 60-year-old guy here, and I mean, not the epitome of health at all. Like this guy drinks whiskey like it's cough medicine.
Don't like whiskey myself. I couldn't handle that.
he was fine after 10 days, and it's
right.
Like, all right, guys, can we relax here? You know, but that's why I like Idaho's approach. You know, it's just like if you're vulnerable, protect yourself, but you know, we're not going to destroy our economy and all this other stuff. So
yeah.
Rav.
Yeah. Yes.
Rav, is that crazy president still in office in the Philippines?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that explains it. That guy's nuts. Some of the stuff he says, it was like, bro, like, you know, somebody was recording you, right?
Although his term's nearly up, I believe, anyway, because it's been 4 years now.
Yeah,
we're with that. He doesn't seem like the type of guy that'll just walk away from office.
Because I'm not too sure, actually.
We have 6 years.
6 years. So it's kind of like Mexico in the way where, because in Mexico you get 6 years but 1 term only, whereas in America obviously you can have 2 terms but it's only 4 years. So
you only have 1 term.
Yeah, I guess.
Years, and after that,
that only happened after FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt,
right?
The president during World War II, because he was actually in his 3rd term when he died, and then Harry Truman came in, and Harry Truman was like, all right, screw this. You know, launch codes. We're hitting Japan with this. So, but yeah. After FDR, there was an amendment that said that made 2 terms the only thing you can do.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, U.S. politics right now, I'm just like, oh, this is gonna get bad. You know, you got a lot of people that are just giving into the hype on both sides, and it's just like, hey guys. You know, like, I mean, that's one of the reasons I feel fortunate that I was in the military, because it's like, hey guys, we're one team. We're one team, and you got to remember that. You know?
Yeah.
You know, you got family members, you got friends that meant the world to you prior to all this crazy stuff, and they still should. You know, just because you vote differently doesn't mean you have to, you know, hate each other. That's really stupid.
Seriously, being a centrist is the better option. I've always stuck to that, really. Agree with whichever side, depending on the subject, of course. But yeah, I think I prefer just to stay in the middle.
I stick with like, you know, I feel like this year with like with the mask mandates and with the, you know, people refusing to wear a mask, people that you know go everywhere with a mask. You know, I mean, dude, this whole year could have been summed up with one simple phrase: "Don't be a dick."
Yeah.
That's simple. Like, dude, don't be nasty. Don't be nasty.
Common sense.
You know, don't be mean to each other. There's no reason for it. There's no reason.
True.
Oh, there she is. Here, can I see her? Come here, baby. Come
Sounds like Cora.
Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. You move.
Oh, the dog's been unleashed, I think. Yeah.
And there she is.
Hi there.
Hi, guys. Say hi.
Yeah. You're live on Facebook, Cora.
She just woke up.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we'll start wrapping up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
But,
do you have?
Yep. Go ahead, Ralph.
Alex, do you have a Facebook account or Twitter? Do people want to follow you?
Just Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I posted a very pro Second Amendment thing, and it was shut down. However, yes, I do have an Instagram. It's Art of Alex Baez. So let me see here. Adam, would you mind like putting up a link or something?
Yep, I'll do that. I have done in the previous posts that I've done, like in the preview of this, I did put your link in. So don't worry. Every time we post about you, I'm always putting the link in there. But
yeah, so there's all my art stuff. There's all my art stuff, and yeah, I put updates about my book. I put updates, little tidbits here and there. I'm also always available. Anybody needs. She shocked me. You stabbed me. That's.
I actually can't see what's going on because I'm actually looking for the Instagram page.
So, but yeah, I'm always available to do some work. I'm always down to work on some cool projects, or if you just want to chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, Art of Alex Baez. That's where I'm most active, and yeah, of course, Adam, you've got all my info, so you know where to find me if anybody needs.
Yep.
And,
can you see that?
There you go.
Here we are. So
that's me. That's all my stuff. That first one up there with the sword next to the character is that's one of my good buddies who did that weapon. Gordy art. Maxim Gordienko. He's a Ukrainian artist that lives in Canada. So
nice.
Yes, that is Raziel. Good job, baby. Oof, that morning breath. God.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
This is and that's another dragon right there. Can you click on that one, Adam?
Oh yeah, here we are.
Yeah, there you go. That's the male counterpart. So that's another part of my book right there. Yeah, I'm always available to chat. I'm always willing to talk and everything. So, and Adam, let's get to talking about that alien design for
the Butana Vixen. Yes, as I've called them, a very confusing name. But I'm looking forward to that. I want to go for something very horrific looking. Yeah, go for broke. Really, go for something horrifying. Especially if it is going to be animation, we can really go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
but no, thanks. Sorry. Yeah.
With some of the designs that we have been doing, I'm thinking like animation could probably be better. I mean, unless because like the Zarn, the way I'm thinking it in my head is like, okay, that's gonna look like that bootleg Goro from the Mortal Kombat movie in 1996.
Don't worry about that. We'll not. Let me. I'll just quickly get the picture up for the Zarn. Let me just. God damn it! I can't find the right tabs. There we are. Application. Yeah, basically the brief I gave you was like a Minotaur sort of design, a cross between the Mangalores from the Fifth Element and like a Baron of Hell from Doom.
I was really
proud of that.
I was really proud of this design. I really liked it. I like the way it came out was just like wow. But again,
couldn't agree more.
This isn't a testament to what I was saying. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone because you'll impress yourself. You really will.
Okay.
Too right, yes. Well, on that note, thank you again for joining us, Alex. Pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me, and I hope you both have a great holiday season despite the circumstances. Just remember to find there's positivity everywhere, even if you got to search for it. So just remember that, all right?
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's a great note
Adam,
to leave on.
Adam, if you need to jump a cargo ship and escape from today's lockdown, you're always welcome here, bud.
Much appreciated. Thank you. I could do with a holiday.
All right, bud. I'll talk to you.
Thank you, Alex.
Take care. Bye. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Say bye. Say bye, Cora.
Bye, Cora.
Bye, Cora. There you go. Well, nice. Alex was so funny.
Very charismatic, yes, and bringing up a lot of old war stories. Not simply war stories. I mean, me and him, our time in San Francisco, that kind of war story, figuratively a war story. No, it was fun times. Yeah, he was even one of my favorites from there. Even though it's been over 7 years since I last saw him in person, but we're pretty much talking on WhatsApp all the time. So he's an awesome guy and a great artist as well.
I wish I was had a time with you, two of you, back then in San Francisco.
You should have come just a couple of years earlier, but sod's law.
So next week we're going back to our usual time, to 8:30.
8:30 or 12:30 for me.
Yes.
Basically, at this point, is if ever we've got a guest from the roughly around the the West Coast of America, it's always going to be like an hour later, or even Canada as well. But obviously we'll let people know in advance.
Yes, because of our time differences.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Our guests are from coming from the West Coast, or even in the we our guests are coming from different countries. So yeah,
Mm.
so uh, please do
Bear with us.
bear with us and wait for our
Announcement.
announcements, so that you will know what time are we going to
Yeah.
go live. Yeah, and
Who do we
next
have
week.
next week?
Next week, it's still a surprise. I'll let you
Ah,
know. So
fair
yeah,
enough.
we're going back to our usual uh,
Time.
time slot. It's 8:30 p.m. So yeah, it's gonna be our ninth live stream next week. So
That's
yes,
correct. Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Yeah, as we're building
Uh,
up to Christmas. Yeah.
yeah. Here, since I haven't gave you any Tagalog word. So it's
I actually forgot about
Christmas.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Christmas. It's Maligayang Pasko. It means Merry Christmas. Maligayang Pasko.
Maligayum Pasco.
That's good.
Oh,
Great.
good. Maligayum Pasco.
Yeah, Pasko means
That's
Christmas. Yes.
so
Yeah.
Malagai. Yeah, it sounds a bit like merry, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, nice one.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll
So
try to
yeah.
remember it when we get closer to Christmas because I know the 13th, 20. I think it's the 20th. The 20th of December will be the one before Christmas.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
the 27th will be immediately after Christmas. So I'll try to remember it for
Yes.
those. Certainly for the 20th of December, anyway.
Yes. Yes. So everybody's gonna be busy at the time, going, preparing for Christmas. It's our like Thanksgiving, because
Mm.
here it's more on Christmas. People gathering. I hope. I don't think we will gather that much here right now, was because of you know you know
Unless it's on the computer,
yeah.
like with us.
Yeah. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope you like our episode for today with Alex, as our illustrator. And
Yeah, and did you see any other comments from anybody? Anybody else?
now,
Shout outs? Fair enough.
uh,
Never mind.
so
But as long as they were watching.
yeah, so yes, thank you, and please like and subscribe in our YouTube channel, and
And we'll see you next week.
see you next week.
So
Bye.
have a good week, everyone. See you later.
See you later.